and we have a very special guest with us at the desk, Director John Vyers from Des Moines Playhouse, joining us because there's something pretty big happening over at the Playhouse starting on Friday.
It is a big, old, complex, fascinating, very popular musical, Into the Woods.
Into the Woods.
Into the Woods. Second time we've done it. We did it in 1991, 24 years ago.
Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. 24 years ago, Gina Gedler, who's a great local talent, great actor, been in so many shows at the Playhouse, played the role of Cinderella. This time, this Friday, you'll see her playing the role of the witch.
Nice.
Right?
Nice transformation.
Nice, and nice transition, too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a great role, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, some people say this is one of their favorites when it comes to Sondheim, because his stories can be very complex and musically just absolutely amazing, but a lot of people can relate to this story.
If you just see the number of high schools who have done Into the Woods since it first came out. When it first appeared, we took Broadway theater tours even then, and the people were saying, I don't know if I get it or not. And some of them came, one of them actually came and knocked on my hotel room door and said, don't you ever do this at the Playhouse. And that was back in, some of them actually left at intermission thinking it was over.
Over after intermission.
But there's been kind of a change. It's become his most popular work. It's done by community theaters, high schools, have been revivals in New York, and the movie, of course, didn't hurt.
The movie gave it a resurgence.
It didn't hurt, and so, boy, has it been a fascinating ride so far. Tremendous talent in the community, and many of them turned out for the 20 roles that were available, and I think we're going to have a fabulous show.
Now, in case people haven't seen the movie or aren't familiar with what we're talking about, give us a rundown of what Into the Woods is all about.
It's a modernization of fairy tales that really the tagline for it is, be careful what you wish for, ending with a preposition. But I would like to end that sentence without a preposition. But
you're on this show, it's okay.
It's okay.
We goodly English speak here, don't worry.
Be careful what you wish for, because you really don't know what you want. And when you get what you wish for, sometimes it's not exactly what you realize that you want. And that happens to a childless baker and his wife, a young boy who wants to discover the world. Little Red Riding Hood is in it. There's a witch. There's a giant. That giant is being played vocally because we never see the giant. So it's like starring in an animated feature by none other than Jackie Schmillen, sitting at this table.
Usually when you hear my voice, they're like, oh, there comes the giant.
Here comes the giant.
We thought it was a natural fit.
It's not a secret. So, and it's a big role, but you never actually see the person. You see evidence of the person, but not the person. So it's a huge undertaking, complex music, time signatures that change rapidly within measures, and hard to sing, but the result is this fascinating and really wonderful show.
Now, one of those fairy tales is Cinderella.
Cinderella.
And we have her with us this morning.
Cinderella is here. Carrie Merriman is joining us. Hi, Carrie. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, John.
Well, we're all ready to go and have you dazzle us. You ready to dazzle us?
Indeed.
Take it away.
Oh, beautiful.
He's a very smart prince. He's a prince who prepares, knowing this time I'd run from him. He spread pitch on the stairs. I was caught unawares, and I thought, well, he cares. This is more than just malice. Better stop and take stock while you're standing here stuck on the steps of the palace. You think, what do you want? You think, make a decision. Why not stay and be caught? You think, well, it's a thought. What would be his response? But then what if he knew who you were when you know that you're not what he thinks that he wants? And then what if you are what a prince would envision? Although how do you know who you are till you know what you want, which you don't So then which do you pick? Where you're safe out of sight and yourself, but where everything's wrong? Or where everything's right and you know that you'll never belong? And whichever you pick, do it quick, 'cause you're starting to stick to the steps of the palace. It's your first big decision. The choice isn't easy to make. To arrive at a ball is exciting and all. Once you're there, though, it's scary. And it's fun to deceive when you know you can leave, but you have to be wary. There's a lot that's at stake, but you've stalled long enough and you're still standing stuck in the stuff on the steps. Better run along home and avoid the collision. Even though they don't care, you'll be better off there where there's nothing to choose, so there's nothing to lose. So you pry up your shoes. Then from out of the blue, and without any guide, you know what your decision is, which is not to decide. You'll just leave him a clue. For example, a shoe, and then see what he'll do. Now it's he and not you who is stuck with a shoe in a stew, in the goo, and you've learned something too, something you never knew before. On the steps of the palace.
Yay!
There you go. Well done.
It's so
Be a
great.
hard song to learn.
Well, Sondheim, if you're a vocalist, you know how difficult Sondheim is. But Katie, you're playing a princess that so many girls and people look up to as far as a fairy tale is concerned. But this is a little bit different. But what are you looking forward to most about portraying Cinderella in this piece?
It's really, really challenging musically, but I just love how the story doesn't end up the way everyone thinks it ends up. So the whole second act, you get to figure out, like, she has to figure out what she wants for real in life, and that there's more than just like getting your fairy tale ending. That's really not it. And actually having something that's kind of gritty and normal is actually the best way to live, I think. It's really fun.
There you go. So not the endings you might think you're going to see when you're coming in to see a show like
If you come see a rehearsal, it's fairly gritty and normal.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. There's
Nothing
no doubt
gritty and normal
It's just
about
like
that
that.
dress.
No.
Beautiful costumes, I imagine, for a show like this.
Oh, well, it's some of the best costume work you've ever seen at the Playhouse. So it's fabulous. It's going to be great.
So everything involved, we're talking music, costumes, set lighting,
Sets,
something that's just going to be
effects.
over the top at the Playhouse.
You bet.
Wonderful.
And starting Friday.
Starting Friday. It's coming Friday, you bet.
All right, if people want to get tickets, how do they get tickets?
They can come by the Playhouse at 831 42nd Street. They can call us at 515-277-6261. They can go online at dmplayhouse.com.
There you go. And this is running until October
4th.
There you go.
October 4th.
Good run.
Fantastic
Thank you.
show.
Thanks for
Thanks for
having
bringing
us.
her in. Thank you
Glad
so
to
much.
do it.